I wonder where Wario's at. I have not seen Wario all day since 2 days ago. Hey, Banjo! Banjo! Banjo, guess what? Guess what? What? I went to a tennis game. That's why I was gone for the last 2 days. Wait, I thought you weren't a tennis fan. I am a huge tennis fan. Tennis is awesome. It's awesome. You better watch tennis or you better join tennis. Okay, you really did not have to do that. I had to. If I didn't, I would die. Okay, so who are the players? It was the Colorado Claws versus the Kentucky Chickens. And as you can see, this was my ticket. So I could see that game. See, the Colorado Claws versus the Kentucky Chickens. It was a great game. However, the thing is that my flight lagged. It lagged? Yeah, because there was one game in Denver, Colorado, and the second one was in Frankfort, Kentucky. And the thing is that my flight from Frankfort back to here in Los Angeles took a while. Took a pretty long while, and we stopped in Kansas, and I had to stay in Kansas for a bit. And then after that, I got back on the plane, and then finally, I'm here, back in Los Angeles. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good to have you back here in California. Yeah, it's certainly great to be back here in California. Anyways, the thing is that I think you should join tennis. You see, I have a ticket for a game that's the California Jaguars versus the Alabama Monster Trucks. Wow, a giant cat versus a giant car. Anyways, here's the calendar for. But it's May, not August. In case you're blind, the August part is crossed out. It's May 2011, and right there it says tennis. Let me see. There's the first battle. The North Dakota Birds versus the Maine Giant Snowmen. Now, this one makes the most sense. The Texas Tigers versus the Florida Dolphins. Just because Texas and Florida have a lot in common, but Florida's better. The North Carolina Upstairs versus the South Carolina... Now this is funny. The North Carolina Upstairs versus the South Carolina Downstairs. That does not make sense. This one makes sense, though. The Vermont Silver Vases versus the Wyoming Yellow Rocks, because they both are very underpopulated. The New York Falcons versus the Illinois Iguanas. Yeah, the New York Falcons versus the Illinois Iguanas. That's awesome. And this is another one. Hey, look, the Connecticut Magnets versus the Kansas Race Cars. Go Connecticut! Beat Kansas because Connecticut's awesome. Wario, read this. Look at Delaware's name. Yeah, the Delaware Donkeys. That's because Delaware's team pretty much sucks. Delaware Donkeys. The Delaware Donkeys versus the South Dakota Mice. The New Jersey Jammers versus the Arizona Rock Climbers. The New Jersey Jammers, we're gonna jam you. The Massachusetts Monsters versus the Ohio Orangutans. Okay. The Michigan Swords versus the Georgia Sharks. Of course, because Michigan looks like a sword stabbing a hand. Congratulations. The Louisiana Lizards versus the Mississippi Zombies. Alright. And look, we even have a rhymer here. The Pennsylvania Miners versus the Utah Divers. That rhymes, doesn't it? The Nevada Disco versus the Montana Vampires. I can get the Nevada Disco thing because there's a lot of disco in Nevada, but the Montana Vampires? Because Hannah Montana is a vampire because she sucks. Oh, I get it. I get it, Wario. I get why they're called the Montana Vampires. And definitely, Nevada's gonna win because Nevada is awesome and Montana has nothing interesting and Montana pretty much sucks. And Nevada is awesome because Nevada has Las Vegas. The Rhode Island Clippers versus I don't want to say the name of that state. The Tennessee Totem Poles versus the Virginia Gold. When they say Virginia Gold, it sounds like they're talking about women's, let's just say the women's circles. Women's circles. Hey, that's the game we just went to. The Colorado Claws versus the Kentucky Chickens. But wait, didn't you go to the game of the Nebraska... No, you didn't go to the game of the Nebraska Panthers versus the Washington Generals. Hey, I can understand that. The name of the Washington Generals, because George Washington was a general. The Oregon Guards versus the Oklahoma Giants. Okay. The Indiana Cowboys versus the Minnesota Soda. The Minnesota Soda hype. Why? Because if you drink too much soda, you go hyper. And the name Minnesota sounds like mini soda. You're gonna go hyper. You're gonna go hyper. You're gonna crash. Yeah, the Minnesota Soda hype. Yeah, hey. The California Jaguars versus the Alabama Monster Trucks is on this Friday. That seems a little bit too early, but whatever. The West Virginia Train Control versus the Wisconsin Horses. Okay, don't really get why they're called the Wisconsin Horses, but I can probably understand the West Virginia Train Control thing. The Missouri Mob versus the Iowa Owls. I don't get that. The Arkansas Lions versus the Maryland Chips. Of course, because Maryland has... I forgot what they're called. Sorry, I just totally got retarded. And where are they again? Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, a harbor. That's what it is. The New Hampshire Leopards versus the New Mexico Sun Devils. And the final one is the Alaska Wolves versus the DC Stars. I wonder why they chose DC instead of Hawaii. For all 50 states, instead of choosing Hawaii to go against Alaska, they chose DC. They chose the District of Columbia instead of Hawaii. Maybe because Hawaii is not a very active state. So they decided, Hawaii, not so active. We're going to choose the 51st state, which is not Puerto Rico, which is way too populated for its small little size, but we will choose DC. Good. Anyways, and at the 26th is the finales. I don't know what the finales will be. The 27th, this is just a bunch of crossouts. Oh, from losers to winners. Still. The 28th, winners versus winners, losing winner will join. I still don't get it. I get 29 though. I do get 29 though. Provinces fight to join states. Of course I get it. Because provinces are like states, but they're in Canada, right? You know, like Quebec and Nunavut, and I forgot the rest of the provinces, but yeah. They're in Canada. It's in Canada, dude. Yeah, Canada. Canada's awesome. Yeah, Canada. Of course. But the provinces fight to join the states. So I think all the provinces will go in a tennis battle, but still, I don't know what will happen when one wins. 50 versus 50. Oh yeah, 50 states. And the 31st is the championship, winning state versus winning province. So the winners of the 29th and the 30th will join against each other, but it won't be as crazy as 50 versus 50 though. And look. And after June, nothing. So it's tennis all of May. All of May is going to be tennis. Anyways, do you want to join the California Jaguars? Because if you do, you have to sign this. Tennis. Join the Jaguars. This is a paper you need to sign if you want to join the California Jaguars. You won't need a tennis ball or a racket. We already have them. We give these out from April 25th, 2011 to May 18th, 2011, and we accept them no later than May 19th. If you join the California Jaguars, you will be playing against the Alabama Monster Trucks on May 20th, 2011. Round 1 will be in Los Angeles, California. Round 2 will be in Montgomery, Alabama. And round 3 will be on May 26, 2011 in Cancun, Mexico. Thank you for your cooperation. The California Jaguars. Sign here if you want to join. Now I might know what will happen on May 26th. Now I know for the finales. I think I know, but I'm still not 100% positive. Hold on, Wario. I need to go get a marker. Where's the marker at? Oh, look. There's a marker. Orange. Orange. Oh, it's orange. Yes, then that's the color of a jaguar. It's a color of a jaguar. It's a jaguar color. And Jaguars are awesome. Unless you include the Atari Jaguar, which was the failure of 1993. Anyways, sign here. Sign here. Okay, so here I go. Yes, sign it! Okay, Wario, I'm gonna sign it. Banjo. There, Wario, I signed it. See? Banjo. And you know what that means? I made the tennis team. So I will join the Jaguars and not the Atari Jaguar because the Atari Jaguar was the failure of 1993. Yes, I joined the Jaguars. Are you jealous? No, because I'm too fat to play tennis. Then you are jealous because you want to lose weight. Shut up! You don't make fun of fat people. Then how come you just made fun of yourself? Because I can make fun of whoever I want to. Brown bear! You're racist.